Hey there guys, this is 88 Shadow Angel here once again, and first before I start the vid I'd like to say a very happy new year to everyone who's watching the vid. Also thank you for everyone that's subscribed to the channel, for putting me over 400 subscribers. Thank you very much. And so with that out of the way, today I promised something a bit new for 2015, and I've kind of gone back to something that I'd put off for a while because I wanted to wait for, I suppose, a few more figures and stuff to come out for it. And this is of course the Batman miniatures game from Night Models, the company known as Night Models. Now originally when I did Batman last year, I bought it just because I liked the look of the model and hadn't played the game. Since then I've played a couple games of this and I've absolutely fallen in love with the way it works. Really nice and simple, to a degree, with a tiny bit of just a bit more strategy and complexity to it. You've also got it's very cinematic as well, so you can have stuff, stuff like you've seen in, I mean I've played as Batman, and having Batman run across a gantry, glide across a gap to then grapple hook a villain up to him and punch his lights out. It's just absolutely phenomenal to do in a game. But like I say, they are very cinematic short-based games. They're not big games, so you don't need a lot of points to play a really good game. I mean, I played a game of about, I think it was 120 points or something like that. You can get quite a lot for that, unless you're playing Batman. But there again, Batman is a one-man army, quite literally. So anyway, on to what I've got today, before I go rambling off on Batman, is quite honestly probably one of my favourite villains from the DC universe, or mercenaries, depending on how you want to look at him, which is of course DeathStroke. Now, as soon as I saw this model, that they were adding DeathStroke to the game, that was all I wanted. I just went, oh god, yeah. So as you can see, so there you go. So this is DeathStroke from the Arkham Origins game. As you can see, multi-part metal model, but I'll get to that in a minute. So as you can see, has all his bits of equipment on it. So he has his bow staff, sword, and I believe he has a pistol, or the automatic pistol, in its holster, just on his right hip, plus all the ammo bags. And now the reason I wanted this one over the comic book variant that they do of DeathStroke is that I really love this version, just because it looks like a mercenary who knew exactly what he was getting into. So all the bits of body armour, even though he has the regen health ability and things like that. And it just, plus I love how DeathStroke was done in the Arrow TV series as well, and I know that Warner Brothers kind of used that look to create what they did in the Arkham game. So I'm going to just go away for a minute, get him out of the box, and I'll let you have a close look at the model. Catch you in a bit, guys. Right, so here we are, guys. So this is exactly what you get in the box, or the pushback. So let's have a quick look. So obviously that's a bit of a better look at what the model looks like when it's built. On the inside of this card you'll have all his equipment, his actual name, aliases, what rank he is, and things like this. You'll get his personal traits, special traits, and then you get all his bits and pieces. So this is where you'll add tokens to, and it gets you like, so your strength is always +3, he has willpower 7, so that's how many counters you get to designate onto here. So this is what your base number is, and then you can add like so many willpower tokens to increase the stats and things like that. So it's quite cool, and it works on like an Activision system. So you activate your character and you do all your bits, and then it goes over to your opponent who activates one of his. So yeah. Let's take a look at the body. So as I said before, these are white metal casts for any old GW players who remember the old white metal. Now I've always quite liked working with metal models, especially over when I know it's talking with a different game, but when GW came up with Finecast, well, I'm sure everyone hated that, and all I yearned for was bring back the old metal models. Now the reason I bring up 40k is because I've checked the size of DeathStroke, and he stands with his head, obviously, stands about the same height as the Vindicar Assassin. So for anyone looking for anything different for Vindicars and likes comics, you could quite nicely pick this up and use it as a Vindicar Assassin, because he has pretty much all the equipment. So as I was saying before, there's his automatic pistol, sword goes on the back, the bow staff arm comes out here and has his head, obviously. And so yeah, so as you can see, really nicely detailed with the plates of armour on the abdomen, as well as on legs, the shin guard, the boots. It's just like, oh, so nice. So just to show this, so this is the bow staff. So bits of flash on there, but they'll be easy to get rid of. The armour as well, on just the arm alone, just looks as hefty as anything. So for anyone who's actually played this game and wants to know, DeathStroke has some. He's probably one of the biggest, well, bigger characters in the game that could quite easily take down Batman. His stats aren't all that different to Batman's. They're, you know, the fact that he can self-heal gives him that slight edge over Batman as well. Plus he carries the swords. So DeathStroke could really give Batman a run for his money. Now, for anyone obviously who for some reason doesn't like the helmet version of DeathStroke, this does come with his plain head. You can just make that out there. So there you go. Complete with goatee or beard. There you go. But I may end up using that head for other things. So just because I think, like most, I prefer seeing DeathStroke with his signature half-cut helmet, which is just there. You can see the eye just in there, and that bit down there, and sits on a 30-something mm base. I think 32mm base, I think. And yeah, there you go. And that is DeathStroke. So the next vid I do will be based on another couple characters from the Batman. I want to do a lot more based on the game. I'm also going to look at trying to do a vid so I can show kind of how the game is played as well. So do a couple battle reports on how this actually is played and things like that. So yeah, all should become good. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the feedback and all the subscriptions, all the likes and everything else. Follow the link down below over to the Facebook page, where you can keep up to date with all the work in progress stuff, as well as get in contact with me to ask advice or just a general chat. I honestly don't mind. And yeah, things like that. So thank you once again, guys. Catch you next time. Stay safe. See you later. Bye.